I think I opened that, right? Okay. As promised, the third hour, and then hopefully first and second hour, look at the calendar and see that I made a special video for them, helping them on their homework. Okay. Now I did a cutout right out of the book. This is your actual number one in your homework, so you can go ahead and follow along. I forgot to tell you, this is for a perceived value of a necklace. If you look at the heading for number one, because I think 1 through 7 all deal with the same scenario. I think it's a necklace that is worth somewhere around $1,000. And I think most of the time jewelry holds its value as well. It's not a depreciating asset. Now I love this. What is okay, sorry. These things that pop up. This is a perfect example of why underbidding really destroys what you get out of a situation. So this is step one. Step one's already done. It's only two people. Who won the bid? Luann or Cheryl? Luann. Luann bid $1,100. So, step two. What's the compensation fund? Well, this one's easy. It's just that $1,100, right? And we can move on. What's step three? They get their perceived value 1 over n of that. How many players are there? Two. So out of the compensation fund, Luann gets half. This is Luann. We'll just do an L. Half of her bid, which is $550, according to my math, right? Right? Whereas Cheryl, there is a class in here, by the way, gets half of what? 20. So she starts off by just getting $10 out of the compensation fund, right? This is what happens in an underbid, ridiculously underbidding. Watch what she walks away with, which was much less than what might be her perceived value. She should get like $500, right? 500 to 500, in the seal bit, in this kind of situation. But just speaking out loud there, which is how most people speak out loud. Step 4. What do you do now? You find the leftover of the compensation fund, which I gave out $550 to Luann and only $10 to poor Cheryl. Not poor Cheryl, she created her own problems. And I think that's $540, right? And then we divide that by 2, and that's what each person gets. And what's half of $540? $250 and another $20, $270? Thanks for your help. And then remember what step 5 is. Step 5 is, what do they walk away with? Well, Luann does walk away with not necessarily $550, but this is going to offset her costs, plus that $270 that both of them are supposed to get. This one right here, both of them get that, and Luann gets this. But then what was her bid on the necklace? What was her bid on the necklace? $1,100. So we're going to subtract $1,100 from that. So she will be in a negative, but she's getting the necklace and she's going to pay for it. Now, what is this all together? I guess I had my calculator out because no one will help me. And my calculator won't help. What in the... You've got to be... Okay, all right. It's all right. It's okay. Did anyone find... can someone just do this? I have problems. I have many problems. What is it? Thanks. Did you hear that? Wow. Very strong voice. All right. Now, sorry. And then what's Cheryl? He yelled at me. I'm kind of scared. All right. And then Cheryl gets, well, guess what Cheryl gets? $10 plus $270, which actually equals what? $280. So that's what I mean. So Luann is only going to pay $280 to Cheryl. Cheryl walks away with $280. Luann's going to walk out the door, though, with a $1,000 necklace and only pay $280 for it. So this is the catastrophic result of underbidding. You are getting much less than what you should have. So this is why you don't want to underbid. Is everyone okay? All right, she was like, let's start over. I screwed up. And Luann's like, all right, fine. We'll start over. All right, I bid 1,100 again. I bid 2,000. Oh, Cheryl. All right. So who wins? Cheryl wins, right? So step one. Step one's done. Step two. What is the compensation fund? Now it's 2,000. Step three. You get 1/2 of your perceived value. So 1/2 of 1,100 for Luann, which is 550. Cheryl gets 1/2 of her perceived value back. 1/2 again because there's only 2 players. That's why the homework's nice. Nice and short. Not there are 3 examples with more players and more money. And then step 4, which I guess I'll put over here and write it across. Step 4 is take the leftovers, 2,000 in the compensation fund minus the 1,000 given to Cheryl minus the 550 given to Luann, which is a total of I think 450 according to my math abilities. And then we divide that by 2 because there's 2 players. This is the leftovers given out evenly. Which is that 225? I never was good at math. So these are the numbers that are going to be given out to these people. So what does Luann get? And I forgot to put in the last one. I should have wrote Luann in the last one walked away with the necklace. But Luann this time is going to walk away with 550. What the? Will move on me. 550. Half this video is just fighting the computer. 225. Isn't that 775? Sure. So she walks away with $775 when the necklace is only worth 1,000. Whereas Cheryl, poor Cheryl, sure she gets 1,000 back from the compensation fund. Not really. This is on paper. Sure she walks away with or gets 225 from that share value, but she paid 2,000 to get this ball rolling. So she's at the negative 775, which now you can see how this all works out, plus the necklace. So what she did is she ended up paying $775 for a $1,000 necklace, which is okay, but there was only 2 people involved, so she overpaid. And Luann wins in both cases. Luann wins in both cases of underbidding and overbidding because of poor Cheryl not understanding the situation. Okay? All right. So I'll stop at that one. Okay, now this one's easier. You don't have to listen, but you can't talk. All right, so kind of if you want to start the homework, but I am doing number 11 too because I promised. And I did do this for last year's Hooligans. I'm going to get it in again. All right, 3 siblings, Tom, Joanna, blah, blah, blah. Inherit a family farm. So what's good about this, it's easy. It's just one thing. So we don't have to, there's not much adding that we have to do. And here are the 3 bids. The 3 bids are $1,250,000, $1,003,000, and $950,000. So I think it's obvious. Step 1, the winning bid is Joanne. So she bids $1,003,000. So step 2 is simple, and I don't need much room for it. Step 2, what is in the compensation fund? In the last one, it was a big deal because there were 3 things bid on, so we had to add up the numbers. So we had to do some adding. So step 2 is ridiculous. See, compensation fund is that one winning bid of $1,300,000. Okay, now have that calculator ready because I'm going to need you. Step 3. From the compensation fund, each person, Tom, gets 1 over what? 1 over what? 3, because there's 3 people, of their perceived value of the farm. Now, in this case, I could see Betty, it's a farm, and I've never liked that farm. It's a lot of work. If I end up getting the farm, I don't want to deal with all that work, so I'm going to bid $950, and she's probably fine with whatever she gets out of it. You guys deal with it. The farm comes with costs anyway, so you deserve to get it at a cheaper price. So that's why someone might do that as well, just to climb in your head. Did you get that number? Yeah. What is it?
416,666. And do you want the
Oh, absolutely, to the penny. Ooh, so there's going to be a fight over a penny because it was 0.66 repeating pennies. So we'll have to deal with that. We'll just be fine. Joanne, 1/3 of her perceived value. What is that? This is where the calculations got to be careful with the calculator.
433,333.33.
All right, there's where the rounding, that took care of it. Okay, and then Betty.
Give me a fraction.
Ooh, it did? That's where just math, hit the math button. We'll pause to get help.
$316,666.67.
And 67 cents again. I feel like we're over a penny over. We'll be fine. They're not going to fight over a penny. Okay, so what's step 4? Step 4 is, this is what I need your help with. Take, and I'm not going to write this. You take this minus these 3 numbers. So step 4, I guess I'll change to blue. Step 4, what's the leftover? And we're going to divide that evenly. So what we do is we take the compensation fund, 1,300,000, minus the 3 distributions, minus this, minus this, minus this. And then tell me what that is. So leftover is 133,000, right? 333, right? And 33 cents. And then we got to divide that by 3, which is a bunch of 4s, I believe. 44,000, right?
Yeah,
444.44.
Yeah.
Now again, probably in this scenario there are some decimal problems maybe. But it'll be fine. We're not going to fight over pennies. So here we go. Tom, step 5, what do we end up with? And then it should all become clear. I'm going to put them across. Tom gets 416. By the way, who won the bid again? Joanne. So Tom gets 416,000 blah plus that average $44,444.44. And that's what Tom walks away with. Cold, hard what, everybody? Cash. Whereas Joanne does get this 433. She won the bid, so as I'm writing this down, this offsets her costs of the bid. In an average scenario, like averaging it out, plus 44,444 and 44 cents minus the 1,300,000 that she bid. So whatever that number is, I think you can calculate on your own, but that's what she pays for the farm. So she bought the farm. And that will be a negative number. You can do the calculations. And what that negative number means is what she actually pays. And what she pays, she's actually paying the other 2 siblings. What she has to end up paying will equal what the other 2 siblings are walking away from the table with. All right? And then the last one is Betty, and I think you should get it at this point. Betty only gets 316,666.67 plus 44,444.44. She walks away with cold hard what? Cash. Now it is kind of sad for Betty that she walks away with $100,000 less than Tom. Tom might be walking away sad though because he really probably did want the farm, but Joanne beat him on the thing. So anyway, that's how you do it.